The humanitarian crisis in Ukraine is continuing to get worse. At least 4 million people have already left that country. Millions more have been displaced inside Ukraine with nowhere to go.
WGN's Jenna Barnes is here now with an update.
Yeah, the refugee crisis has escalated to a point even refugee experts did not expect. And some Ukrainians are starting to arrive in the United States. Celebration at the U.S.-Mexico border in Southern California for Roma. She fled Ukraine 2 weeks ago.
I'm a doctor and my hospital is destroyed in Kyiv. Also, my home is destroyed. I have no flat, I have no hospital. But I have an opportunity to live for some time in U.S. and I'm so grateful for this.
She was just granted humanitarian parole. The Biden administration says the U.S. will take in up to 100,000 Ukrainian refugees like Roma. The UN's refugee agency estimates more than 4 million people have now fled the country. Millions more forced from home, but still stuck inside Ukraine's borders. That's worse than the worst-case scenario predicted at the start of the war.
Сполучених Штатів Америки Байденом.
Today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky talked with President Joe Biden for about an hour, Biden pledging an additional $500 million in aid. Zelensky is calling this a turning point, and despite the White House calling the war a strategic blunder by Russia, there's no sign of Russian troops backing down.
If the Russians are serious about de-escalating, because that's their claim here, then they should send them home. But they're not doing that.
The Pentagon says less than 20% of Russian forces near Kyiv have moved away from the city. The U.S. believes it's likely they're regrouping before heading to another part of the country, as Russian President Vladimir Putin presses on without a clear picture of what's happening on the ground.
We believe that Putin is being misinformed by his advisors about how badly the Russian military is performing and how the Russian economy is being crippled by sanctions because his senior advisors are too afraid to tell him the truth.
That is why some Russians have also left their homes. Mark is waiting on the other side of the U.S. border in Mexico, hoping he too can come to the United States.
There isn't war in my country, but in my country there is a regime, and I was escaping from that.
On the impact of the war here at home, President Biden is preparing to order the release of up to 1 million barrels of oil a day from the strategic reserve. That could go on for several months to lower gas prices. Guys, we are expecting to learn more about that as early as tomorrow.
Okay, Jenna, thanks.